Hello everyone, and welcome to the Movie Fanatics. My name is Brannick. Today we're going to be doing a tier list of all 4 members of the 3 Minute a Mic podcast, the best podcast so far. There are 4 members on this show, the guests don't count, and today we're going to be ranking them on a tier list. Now finally, we'll get to see on a tier list who's the best of the 4 members of the podcast. The podcast's 4 members are Braden, Brannick, Michael, and Finn. Who will be the best? We'll find out using a tier list. 4 members, 1 ranking, 1 tier list. Who will be the best? 4 tier list. Best? Let's find out. Let's get the ball rolling with Finnegan. Now, Finnegan is one of the best members on the podcast. He's got a great background. Man, such scenery. But that's not all. His new background has a window. Finn is kind of an oddity on the podcast. 1 second he's singing and everybody is loving it. You're gonna have to end the meeting.
Finn,
no, Finnegan, you cannot.
I will not hesitate to kick you out of this
Finnegan,
video.
you just cannot.
Finn, please don't do
You got
it.
his guitar.
Finn, I will kick you out.
The next,
That man is pretty useless and annoying.
I mean, like,
Also looks like a demon from hell.
he's telling one of the worst and most unsuccessful jokes on the podcast. Finn is really famous too. He actually one time met with former President Millard Fillmore to sign the Declaration of Independence. Truly an American hero. But unfortunately for Finn, you know what they say. Just when it's going all right, it goes all wrong. Because in the second episode, Finn makes this outlandish claim right from the beginning.
Hi guys, it's Finn, the most epic member of the Movie Fanatics.
Now this simply isn't true. Finn, most epic member? Impossible. Finn's also famous for missing episodes. He's only been in 5 of the nearly 14 episodes yet created, and no one else has missed any. Episode 9 was famously titled Finn is Gone. Talk about a lack of dedication. This truly is the downfall of Finn, and what does Finn start with? That's right, F. Moving on. Michael. Now, Michael is one of the best members on the podcast. What's his signature trait? That's right, he always wears a penguin onesie, truly a stand-up kind of guy. He also edits every single episode except for the Halloween one, and the Halloween one is actually considered to be the best one among the fans because I edited it. Michael's also the titular character of the podcast. Now, you might not have noticed this, but Mike is spelled like the name, and that's a very subtle nod to the famous member of the podcast we call Michael. Now, this brilliant title was actually thought up by me, so Michael's kind of unoriginal on this one, but I'll let it slide just for now. What I love about Michael is that he loves to do impressions.
For updates for tonight's Movie Fanatic, I'm Braden, back at it again. And today, for next week, I will be doing
He's also very insightful.
Alright. I think they're aliens.
But things get scary when Michael decides to ruin the episode for no good reason. Look at this footage I found. You can see here Michael is spinning on his chair in the middle of the episode. Do you think this is a joke? This is serious business. This is a professional podcast. A little known fact about Michael is that he actually did trivia for just 1 time in episode 2. And you know why he doesn't do it anymore? It's because it was terrible.
First question.
Wow,
Daredevil
I'm falling asleep.
is a
Put
superhero
Brannick's
with
trivia
what
on.
physical-
Well, I
All
already
right,
said
question 2. Stop talking.
Now that's what we like to see. Michael also did a segment in the first episode where he read a post from r/AITA, and after receiving massive amounts of hate mail for it, he never did the segment again. That's quite cowardly, Michael. So all in all, Michael is one of the weaker members of the podcast, and I have no choice but to put him into the F tier. Sorry, next one. Now, Braden is one of the best members on the podcast. He's been my partner in crime on the channel for 12.5 years, and he always brings a lot to the table. He can actually summon movies from out of nowhere. It's like a superpower. Braden also does the famous segment Movie News, where he always brings the freshest news to the table.
Oh, and Scream is coming out in January, so a lot of cool stuff coming. For Friday the 14th, I think is what it is. Scream 5 comes out, also called Scream, which is weird. But Scream 5 actually came out. Scream 5 actually came out. I've heard that Scream is doing well at the box office. Still have not had a chance to go see it because I've been busy.
Braden's also a famous actor who's famous for playing roles such as Uniqua from The Backyardigans, Black Widow from The Avengers, Pam from The Office, and Brittany from Alvin and the Chipmunks. He's also very scary.
You'd say it.
Man, I feel kind of bad because I think Braden's actually mad at me.
Braden is a fan-favorite character and is also in every episode. But he's actually missed episodes in the past, something that no one else has ever done. And he only misses the ones where I'm hosting. Wait, and look at this.
Which explorer are the Americas named after?
I'm gonna have to go with Chester Cheeto.
That right there is a wrong trivia answer, and that's actually the first time anyone has actually gotten a question wrong actually on trivia. and so he really dropped the ball here this time, actually. And that's not all. Braden commonly drinks water for his drink of choice. No one drinks water! Unfortunately for Braden, he's one of the weaker members of the podcast. F tier. Sad, but true. Now, the final member of the podcast is one of the best, Brannick. I don't know who this guy is, but Brannick is kind of a genius. He's famous for getting very overly excited about things.
Scream 5 actually came out last week, I think. Last Friday, I think it came out, and I'm gonna see it hopefully soon. I'm excited about that.
Brandon, did you
Is
not?
IHOP again?
Brandon has been IHOP for a while.
Wait, what?
Yes!
Hello.
And
that's
Sonic
my
the
thing.
Hedgehog 2 is coming out on, I think, April 8th.
Yes!
Blue Raspberry Ice.
Yes!
Thank you, Brannick. That's the response I was hoping for.
Brannick's kind of known for being the trivia man. He always asks the questions, and they're always great questions. Brannick is famous for liking The Shining too much, and also preferring bagels to donuts, just to spite people.
Bagels are better than donuts, and you can fight me because I will be eating a bagel.
That was kind of stupid, but whatever. Then Brannick forgot what holiday it was during the Christmas special. That's kind of embarrassing.
It's actually Arbor Day.
But Brannick is definitely the best member of the podcast, hands down, without question. He's known for bogging down episodes by going on long rants about things no one cares about, and for having the worst video quality out of the bunch. When you start to think about it, Brannick is probably the worst member of the podcast. I have no choice but to put this goon into the F tier, which stands for the failure to be a good member of the 3 Men and a Mic podcast tier. Now, we have a pretty good lineup for podcast members here. Based on this data, we can safely say that 3 Men and a Mic is an S tier podcast. Woo! Boy, that was a great list. Thanks for watching it, and look forward to my Spider-Man tier list coming out soon. Make sure you check out every single episode of the podcast because it truly has the best members a guy could ever ask for. Make sure to smash that dislike button and unsubscribe from the channel, and I'll see you around. This is Brannick from the Movie Fanatics, signing off.